Liebe Freunde, herzlich willkommen zu unserem Sprachprogramm. Hearty welcome to the German language program offered by DSales Academy. Today, we bring to you another video on German language learning, and this is one of the videos in order to strengthen your vocabulary, your understanding about German language as well as German vocabulary. There are a series of videos that we bring to you, very especially with Verben mit festen Prepositionen. In German language, there are a number of verbs which needs to be used along with certain fixed prepositions, and essentially we need to learn by heart to understand some of these verbs as well as to use some of these verbs in our speaking as well as in our writing of German language. And in this video, I introduce to you three important verbs with their prepositions. First one, auffordern zu plus dative, which means to request. We have got another word which has got almost similarity to this verb, that is fordern, which means to demand, and yet another word which has also similarity to these two words, that is fördern. Here O is written with O umlaut, but the meaning entirely changes, which means to develop, to support. Since these words have connection to one another, I thought I would discuss with you during this video. And we have the second verb with preposition, that is abhängen von plus dative, which means to depend on. And the final word that I would be discussing with you in this video is aufklären über plus accusative, which means to clarify something, to explain something, or to clear something. We have the first verb with the fixed preposition, that is auffordern zu plus dative, which means to request. I have here two example sentences. First one, fordert seinen Vater auf, Geld zu geben. He makes a request to his father to give the money. You would see auffordern is a 10-word verb. Prefix kommt am Ende and verb kommt am zweite Position, and you would find Geld zu geben, that is zu starts infinitive with zu, and then we form it as Geld zu geben. Look at the second example. Die Polizei fordert die Demonstranten auf, den Platz zu verlassen. The police requests the striking people to leave the place. And here again we have used the prefix at the end, and again the verb kommt am zweite Position. Die Polizei fordert die Demonstranten auf, den Platz zu verlassen. There is another verb which comes quite close to auffordern zu, that is without the prefix, on a prefix, it is fordern. Meaning of the word fordern is, verb fordern is to demand. Der Lehrer fordert die Schüler, die Hausaufgaben zu machen. The teacher demands the children to do the homework. And again, ich fordere dich, mir mein Geld zurückzugeben. I demand you to give me back my money. And there is another word which has got similarity to these two words. First one, as we said, it is auffordern zu. Second one is fordern. And the third one, which has a similarity to these two verbs, are fördern. And here O is written with O umlaut, and the meaning changes, which means to develop or to support. Let's analyze the example sentences. Politik muss soziale Verantwortung, den Respekt für Mitmenschen, Umwelt, Kreativität und Risikobereitschaft fördern, which means politic should develop or to support the social responsibility, respect for other people, the Umwelt, that is the environment, creativity, as well as the risk-taking behavior. And second example, wir fördern unsere Mitarbeiter. We support our colleagues, working colleagues. Wir fördern. So please take care of all these words. First one is auffordern zu. Second verb is fordern. And third one is fördern, which have all got different meanings. Now look, let's come to the second verb in German language, or which we are going to discuss today with reference to fixed preposition. That is abhängen von plus dative, which means to depend on, to fall back to. Here I have got a question in order to explain this example for you. The question is, wann fahren Sie nach Deutschland? Wann fahren Sie nach Deutschland? When are you traveling to Germany? And the answer I can say, es hängt davon ab, ob ich die B2-Prüfung bestehe. It depends on that, whether I pass the B2 examination. Or look at the second example. Hat sich entschieden, Deutsch zu lernen. Seine Zukunft hängt von dieser Entscheidung ab. He has decided to study German language, and his future depends on this decision. Hängt von dieser Entscheidung ab. And now we have the third verb with the fixed preposition, that is aufklären über plus Akkusativ, which means to clarify something, to explain something, to clear something. Der Lehrer klärt die Schüler über die Grammatik auf, which means the teacher clarifies something to the students about the grammatic. Or let's look at another example. Der Politiker klärt die Journalistin über das neue Projekt auf. The politician explains or clarifies the journalist about the new project. That is aufklären über plus Akkusativ. So my dear friends, we have discussed three important verbs with fixed prepositions, which will very well useful in our writing as well as speaking of the German language. They are auffordern zu plus dative, which means to request, fordern, which means to demand, fördern, which means to develop or to support. And the second verb with the preposition that we discussed today is abhängen von plus dative, which means to depend on. And the third verb that we use today in our understanding about the German language is aufklären über plus Akkusativ, which means to clarify something, to explain something, to clear something. Hope you had a nice time of learning with DSales Academy. Try to learn by heart these verbs with their prepositions and try to use them in sentences, and that will enable you to write good German as well as to speak good German language. Vielen Dank.